cancer this year. But she also has many other talents. After going to school at the University of Western Ontario, she actually began to act professionally in theatre and television. Later, Veronica entered the business world as managing partner of a company, and then later, and currently, she's the vice president at a licensing and promotions company that represents Paramount and Lucasfilm. And she's currently finishing her first screenplay. So Veronica has kindly offered to share her story, and we'd like to welcome Veronica now.
I came very prepared, so don't mind all the papers, don't get scared by it, I won't talk on forever. I'm so honored to be able to speak to a group that I think so highly of. It's another first for me, but there have been many, many firsts this year. It was the first time I looked in the mirror and I saw the ominous shadow on my left breast and felt the tiny little lump. It was my first breast ultrasound when I heard, "I don't like the way this looks." The core biopsy when the doctor said, "We need to get you a surgeon right away." The MRI, the doctor telling me the pathology report confirms invasive ductal carcinoma. Telling my family and friends that their health-conscious Veronica had breast cancer, and seeing the fear in their eyes. My lumpectomy, and then the first time I looked at my breast after surgery, and let me tell you ladies, I already had small breasts. I really didn't want to lose anything else from my left one. Such is life. And then my first chemo, and losing my hair and my eyelashes and my eyebrows, and desperately trying to draw on eyebrows and not look like Cruella de Vil or Gloria Swanson. And of course there was the morning where I decided that I was going to put mascara on my 2 remaining eyelashes. Yes, I was a desperate woman. And then of course the first day the radiation machine was lowered over my body. So there were a lot of scary and haunting first times. But you know, we learn in life that lemonade can come from lemons and opportunities begin to present themselves. And so began my new interest in fighting this disease and my first walk in the weekend. And I've been looking at places to volunteer for a while, and I couldn't believe how dramatically the weekend found me. But I knew from the beginning of my diagnosis that I wanted to do the walk, and I had to wait to see if I'd be strong enough after chemo and radiation. And I thought I probably would be, because I'd been doing 7 kilometers a morning throughout my treatments. There were a few days of chemo where I couldn't, but for the most part I thought I could do this. So the treatments were done at the end of July, and I created a team name. I called it Pink Ink, because I thought it would mean we were getting down to the business of beating this disease. So I had a team of 1, me, but who else? So I put it out to a few friends, and some of them had teams, like Stefan, she had a team, and there were a few others. And I thought, okay, well, the 60K is scaring them, the 2,000 is scaring them, but I put it out to my girlfriend Barb, who's here tonight, and she said, "I'll walk with you." We should all be so lucky to have a friend like that. So we started training, and we would meet once a week, and we would do 15 and 18 and 22 kilometers. We'd always stop 3/4 of the way at Swiss Chalet, have our quarter chicken dinner, me with salad, her with fries, I'd steal her fries. And then, you know, the fact is we've known each other for 10 years, but it's really interesting when you start to walk with somebody in the blazing heat of August, how incredibly well you get to know them, and it was a really fabulous bonding experience for both of us. And we began our fundraising in earnest. Friends stepped up to the plate and threw fundraisers at restaurants. They were amazing. And strangers, you know, I didn't know what a tag day was till this whole thing started. And I soon learned that it was a time to see the generosity and the kindness of perfect strangers. It really was. And if you ever get cynical about the state of the world, do a tag day. So we raised $14,000 in 6 weeks. Next year we plan to do even better. Pink Ink already has new members for next year. We have a few able-bodied women. But we also have a friend who's in a wheelchair, and she's going to do it via her scooter. I also have a friend with severe rheumatoid arthritis, and she says she's going to train and do it because she's actually volunteered on the weekend for 4 years, and she said this is going to be her year to walk in. We also have 2 friends who are on very big fitness programs so that they can do this, and so basically the word is nobody is turned down if they want to join Pink Ink. But the swing bands, if you don't know, they're these vans that drive around and they pick up people whose feet are killing them, or, you know, sweet vans. And I should know the name of them because my team may just well need them. I have great confidence. Anyway, aside from my personal goals for doing the walk, I also wanted to pay back what I call the culture of kindness at PMH. And the reason I ended up at PMH is because I went to my GP on a Monday morning, and I said to her, well, I've got this lump. She looked at it, she said yes. She said it's going to be a couple of weeks to get a mammogram, a couple of weeks to get an ultrasound, and we'll go from there. Well, I didn't think I could handle that, so I got in the car and I thought, when I get home, I'm getting on the computer and I'm going to find something else that I can do. So lo and behold, I find an article on the computer from the Toronto Star about PMH's rapid diagnostic breast clinic started by Dr. McCready and now known as the Gattuso Rapid Diagnosis Center. And thank you, Emanuela Gattuso. When I called PMH, I got in within 2 days and I got a very quick diagnosis. I had a tricky tumor, but I got a very quick diagnosis. And honestly, that clinic was an emotional lifesaver for me. So from my oncologist to the surgeon to the nurses and the volunteers, I just felt I had to pay it forward. My other huge reason for doing the walk is to further research, of course. When you're diagnosed with cancer, you feel fear a lot of the time. And actually, most of the time you feel it. And it's not all pervasive and it's not all horrible and you have good times, but it's always this little voice on your shoulder. And I'm sick of the fear. And I know you're sick of the fear. I know that every time you do a breast self-exam and you're going around at 12 o'clock, so 12 o'clock's fine, 1 o'clock's good, 2 o'clock, oh God, what's at 3 o'clock? Oh my God, is that a bone? Is that a bone or a lump? You know, we're all sick of the fear. And I believe that Dr. Takmak and his team are going to change that. They're going to get rid of this fear and they need us to walk and they need us to make money. So the day of the walk arrived and I was excited as a kid on the first day of school. And I was standing on this hill and I looked out at this vast expanse of walkers and it was awesome. And I have to tell you, walkers, if you ever doubt what you mean to a survivor, you mean everything. Absolutely everything. All right. And I met some great people en route. I met survivors of many years who made me feel great. And the volunteers, you know, anyone who feeds me rice and snacks all day can be my best friend. And the volunteers with your music and your costumes and your encouragement, you are absolutely fabulous. And I have to tell you about a young man that I met. He was walking in front of us and we were getting close to Downsview. And Downsview is the end of the first day. And believe me, we are all tired by that time. And he couldn't have been more than 21 years old. So he's walking in front of us and you could see his feet were just killing him. And we asked him, are you all right? And he said, yeah, I'm okay. I told my team to go ahead because my feet are hurting. I said, blisters? He said, yeah. And I said, oh, new shoes? And he said, no, they're my friend's shoes. And I said, oh, well, do tell. Well, it turned out he had decided to come in from Guelph 2 days earlier to do the walk. He threw a beer fundraiser, a kegger. Haven't heard that word for a long time. And he earned $2,200. He took that bag of money, he put it on the desk at registration. They counted it, they said he could walk, and there he was. Yeah. And he said, oh geez, I guess I did everything wrong. And we said, no, you're unorthodox, but you have done everything right. And so for me, he's a symbol of the tenacity of the walkers. So on Sunday, the closing ceremonies, they were so powerful, especially for a survivor like me, walking through the crowd and looking in the teary eyes of so many loving people and just feeling their love and their empathy and their hope. It's very rare in this Blackberry world to connect so intimately with so many strangers at one time, and I will always, always cherish that. And then ironically, on the Monday after the walk, I got a call from a friend, and she said, well, I guess you were walking for me too. And she told me that on the Friday she'd been diagnosed with uterine cancer. So we talked for a while, and she asked, what was the weekend like? And I said, well, it was like a great movie. You laugh, you cry, and you want to see it again. I'll be seeing this one again. Thank you.